We're at Union Station, where crowds of passengers were stranded all day after protests forced Via Rail to shut down service between Ottawa, Montreal and Toronto. And making alternative arrangements proved to be difficult today as a snowstorm slammed the region. With a snowplow, several vehicles, a perched flag, and a couple signs, protesters managed to take over a railway crossing in Belleville, derailing travel plans across Ontario.
To shut down this line for a little bit and get some support for those out in BC.
The blockade in support of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation, whose members oppose a natural gas pipeline in British Columbia.
We're in major climate crisis right now. This is not the time to be polluting.
The protests held nationwide, with another much larger rally just yesterday in Vancouver. While the group of demonstrators in Belleville was relatively small this morning, their impact was enormous. Via Rail forced to cancel services between three major cities on the same day a snowstorm hit the region.
It was really disappointing.
I was expecting maybe snow delays given the weather, but I wasn't expecting the protest.
Stranded passengers at Union Station scrambling to make alternative plans as the words "suspended until further notice" flashed on the boards.
We got here and we looked at a big screen and it's just cancelled. Everything's cancelled, and there's a huge lineup to talk to the ticketers, and we were just like, well, what do we do?
Travellers from Australia making their way across Canada, unsure of their next move as they try to get to Ottawa.
Now we just got to figure out how to get there, because the buses are jacking up their prices because more people are catching them.
Buses too expensive, and for some, driving out of the question.
We wouldn't drive. I mean, the storm's getting worse on that end, so no, we're not going to drive it.
And a huge group of 35 Girl Guides and their leaders had been planning to travel to Ottawa for the Winterlude Festival for the first time.
I was very upset. I was disappointed because we know we're disappointing for everybody who's made their effort. We've been planning this for months.
Lucky for them, one parent offered to make the 4-hour drive for them.
She's a regular school bus driver, and she's offered to take us. And she's done it before to camps, but this is a big trip. Hopefully the weather will agree with us driving over, because we heard the streets are not great, but we're hoping it's good on the highway, and we still get our trip.
Now, Via Rail did compensate passengers by refunding their tickets. In a statement, they write, "We're aware that the situation is unfortunately beyond our control and has an impact on our customers, and we apologize for the inconvenience the situation is causing." They say passengers can expect more updates and emails as the situation evolves.